Good morning. Well, we are into, let me see if this light helps. No, I don't need it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a little bright, a little excessive. Wow. Oh, stop it. All right. Anyways, I got this little cage for the GoPro and it has a light on it. I thought I'd try it, but I have no idea why they would put a light that bright on it. Anyways, I don't have a microphone yet. I'm gonna try to go out and get one today. People have mentioned that they can't really hear me very well in the gym because of the echoes and when I turn around when I'm doing something. So I'm gonna try to get that today, but it's not gonna be part of this video, obviously. So I'm into day number 4 right now of the fast. So it's still going fine. I don't feel really any different. I don't have any negative side effects whatsoever. So today we're gonna go in, we're just gonna do real light work again, shoulders, and 2 or 3, probably only 2 main movements and a couple accessories, and that's about it, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna head over to the gym. I'm really curious to see how much more weight dropped off. All right, made it to the gym, weighing in. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff in my pockets. That's not gonna help. Get that out of there first. 273.2. Yesterday I was 276. Started out at 285, so almost 12 pounds down. One more day to go. Start jump roping here. I'm gonna start out obviously with jump rope. That's what I start out with every single time, just to warm up. And then we're gonna use the Viking press right here. So this is a really nice piece of equipment. They had a version where you sit down, but this one you stand up, and I just felt more comfortable. Also, to get your last couple reps, you can do some cheat reps. You can do some push presses, kind of bend your knees and get a little momentum built up just on your last couple. So we'll go ahead and get started. 6:42, nobody's here. Nobody. Except for me. Ow! I hurt my toes. My toes are cold and I just whipped them. All right, I got shoes on now. Probably would have been a good idea to start with, but 120 of those, just enough to get the blood moving. All right, now jump rope, do another set of these, jump rope again, do another set of these. All right, that's my 4th set of jump rope. Normally I only do 3, but I was just having trouble warming up. All right, I'm gonna move up in weight now to my working weight, which is still gonna be light. So I'm gonna throw on just another 45 on each side, and then I'll do 3 working sets. And if any of you don't like this sound, there's something wrong with you. It's one of the greatest sounds on the planet. The thing is, yesterday, when I worked out and I went light, at the end of the workout, I felt like I accomplished nothing at all. I wasn't sore, I wasn't challenged at all, and I felt like, because I'm so used to going to failure every single set, I just felt like it was a waste of time. That's how I felt. So, but 2 more days, well, it's probably gonna be like 3-4 more days before I get some of my strength back. But it'll come back. It's gonna come right back, I know it is. 5 days of fasting it seems like a long time, and you're gonna get so weak, and I'm pretty sure that I am getting weak. We're gonna find out tomorrow when we test. But I'm also confident that that's such a short amount of time that once I start eating again, kind of filling up the muscle and filling up my body with good nutrition, the strength is going to come right back. Sure. All right, let's get these in. stop there. So one of the things that you don't want to do until you hit the last, rep or two, kind of get a couple cheat reps. Almost every exercise, every movement that you do, you can cheat on somehow. And I mentioned this before, but I think that's just one of the problems with commercial gyms. And one of the reasons that a lot of people go to the gym and don't see any results is because they cheat on every exercise because they're worried about what other people are going to think of them. So they want to put on more weight than they really should, and then they cheat on the exercises and don't even hit the muscle that movement's supposed to be working in the first place. This one here, you can get some momentum going on the bottom. You can kind of bend your legs down and then shoot it up. And it's obviously going to be a lot easier to move the weight. And that's okay for your last rep or two where you already went to failure with good form. And now you want to go just a little bit beyond failure. So there's nothing wrong with cheat reps at the end, not the whole set. All right, that's it. That was the final set. I was probably a little closer to failure than I should have went. Did a lot of reps, more than I should have. So now we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna do some dumbbell shoulder presses. Before I start those, I see the sun peeking through the window. Check out this beautiful morning. It is super cold out, 2 degrees this morning, which is really early because it's the very beginning of December, and we usually don't get this cold until January. All right, I grabbed the 60s. Normally, I'll grab the 80s, but we're trying to keep it light. We'll go back to the 80s once we get back to full strength. So I've always used a utility bench for dumbbell shoulder presses. So if you notice back behind me, the backrest is very short, and I don't like anything against my upper back when I'm pressing. You can use, the incline bench or the adjustable bench right to my left there, and you can put that vertical, but I just hate the feeling of my, my shoulder blades rubbing on that pad when I'm pressing. There's another benefit too of having a short pad is when you get real heavy, when you get to your, I just talked about cheating reps. When you get real heavy, you can lean back and you can get your last rep. You're not going to get 2. It doesn't help that much, but it'll maybe help you boost up that last heavy rep by leaning back, because the farther you lean back, I explained this in one of my videos, the farther you lean back, the easier it is to press. Shoulder presses vertically like I'm going to do now, it's the hardest type of press for sure. And then as you get down to incline and then flat bench and then decline bench is the easiest. I'm going to go ahead and do 10 of these because they're feeling relatively light. Left shoulder has some pain in it right now, more than it should. All right, second set, we'll see how this left shoulder feels. First 2 reps are okay. Yep, definitely getting that pain. Not as bad as the second set though. I'm gonna stop at 8. Oh, so I'll give you a demonstration. So if you're on your last, your last rep or whatever of the set, and you're going all the way to failure, I mentioned that you lean back if you have a utility bench with a low backrest. I'll just give you a little demonstration. So let's say you're coming down and it's real heavy, you can't get the last rep. You can scoot your butt out a little and you can lean your body back, and it turns the shoulder press into somewhat of an incline press so you can get that last rep. Like I said before, there's nothing wrong with cheating as long as you save it to the end. Big Ray. Where have you been? Why are you here so early?
7:30?
I said 8 o'clock. You still trying to get the, trying to get the Employee of the Year bonus, huh?
Yep.
Please be careful you don't rip the tongue out. Really, really careful.
Just don't watch me.
That one time, you would drive me crazy, man. All right. Okay, so I'm moving on. I'm all set up here. I'll show you what I got. It's just a landmine attachment. That's what a landmine attachment is, if you don't know. It attaches to the squat rack in this instance. And then a barbell, the end slides right into it. And there you go. Then you can set it up like this. There's all kinds of different stuff you can do with a landmine attachment, but this is my favorite movement. So I'll always start with the bar in between my legs, and then basically you're squatting the weight up like this, and then I give it a boost to get the momentum up to where it needs to be. So I'll grab it here, come to here, and then I'll boost the weight up to here, and I'll put it in whatever hand I'm working on. In this instance, it's my right hand. So then, you know, I'll get in an aggressive, like athletic stance like this, and then basically all you do is you press with your shoulder like this, boom. And you're gonna twist just a little bit. I twist a little bit. I'm not saying you should do anything. So you can kind of isolate the shoulder more if you're really, really stationary, but I kind of turn it into a little bit more of an athletic movement where I'm thrusting it forward. That's how I like to do them. And you can crank these out too. I used to crank them out like this. I didn't always take a rest at the bottom. It's up to you. So that shoulder feels pretty good. So I'm gonna move right to the left shoulder now because this is very light. But if you're going really heavy on these, you gotta do one side at a time and then just rest in between each side, because this one will take your breath away. This one can turn into a cardio workout real quick, especially when you're going heavy and you're thrusting that weight up and you're using a lot of different muscles all down your side, your back, even a little bit of leg. And then we put it down and just grab it with both hands. Bring it down here, switch your grip, bring it down to the floor. So I just found this, I had bought this. I had forgotten about it, but I just saw it over there. So this will slide off the end of the bar, be a little bit more comfortable on your palm. All right, 2 plates, nothing crazy. Let's see if I like this attachment here. Easy work. I feel like that thing started to slip a little on me. Oh, here's another thing. Maybe I'll show you this when I go heavy with this. But the nice thing about doing these is you always have an extra hand. Even though you don't have a spotter, to get that very last rep, you can use your other hand to kind of help. So, you know, if you're going up like this, you have this hand, you can grab under the weight and kind of help push it up. So you have your own spot ready to go. Okay, that's it for these. Running out of breath. All right, we're moving on to the functional trainer. So this movement I had never done before, ever. But when we had Brian Shaw over here, he actually did a workout in here. And when I came in here, I was kind of walking through and he was working on the functional trainer and I saw what he was doing. So then the next time I did shoulders, I tried it and it hit the back of your shoulders, upper back, the rear deltoids, very specifically.
Oh, sorry.
You guys are interrupting, man.
I'm sorry.
You trying to get fired over here? Man.
Sorry, teacher. Sorry.
What's up?
I'm just here to see how you're doing. Are you done, man? You're still alive.
I'm still alive, yeah.
I feel sore. Yes,
You do?
yeah.
That's good. You're supposed to feel sore.
Yeah. That's what you gotta keep going.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
what are the main things to like lose weight or like besides working out?
The main thing to lose weight besides working out, well, that's an easy one.
Stop eating?
Yeah.
Well, like when you mean
Right.
when you mean stop eating, like what are the things that you gotta avoid? Like especially like the things that you gotta avoid.
Carbohydrates.
Like,
All like the simple sugars, like the Coca-Cola.
That's
you
bad,
drink.
man. That's-
No Coca-Cola, no soda, that high fructose corn
Believe me,
syrup.
try to.
It's terrible for
You
you.
get sick of it, you know, a lot
Yeah.
of sugar.
no tortilla?
No, get rid of all the sugars, man. Get rid of all like the candy, the chocolate, the soda, all the sweet stuff, the sweets. And then you got like the high calorie snacks, you know, like potato chips and pretzels. And then, you know, you can't have like pancakes or waffles or syrup.
The way you eat, your life that you have, right? Does that have you think has a lot to do with you not going like to the gym or working out? Like
I think it goes hand in hand. I think when you go to the gym, it motivates you to eat right. And then when you eat right, then it motivates you to go to the gym. You see?
yeah. Well then it's
It's
like
like one helps the other. If you start eating right, you're like, hey, I'm eating right, I'm gonna go to the gym now.
because you want to see a lot of people want to see improvement right away. You know,
Yeah,
like,
no, it takes
and that doesn't happen. You know.
It takes a long time to build muscle, to actually see results. I mean, it takes a while, man. You'll see strength results.
Yeah.
Like if you start working out like 3 times a week right now, you guys both will get way stronger than you are now. Because your first year when you lift weights, that's where you see the most improvement. Well, you can start grinding until it comes. But he should have the paper or it should be in there already.
I'm gonna start taking like.
Yeah. Yep. I'm not gonna paint it till tomorrow. Oh yeah. So just, I think we'll tape it all off today, and then tomorrow, I'm gonna weld in there. Tomorrow we'll wipe it all down. This movement here, definitely not an expert. I just copied what I saw somebody else doing, Brian Shaw. But when I tried it, I was like, man, that feels great. So you cross up your arms, you kind of lean back a little bit out of necessity. But you keep your arms relatively straight, and then you pull with your back. And you can feel this right in the back of your shoulders. It really isolates it. I got it pretty light right now, but it still feels really good. And I don't know if this is exactly what he was doing in the exact form, but all I know is this feels really good. And it kills your shoulders in the back. Another accessory movement that I'll do is the rear flies. So these here, they're pretty decent, the rear flies. But I don't feel these like I feel that. That just really seems to isolate just that spot in the back of your shoulders where you can feel just that spot burning. That felt good. All right, last movement, lateral raises. Don't ask me about the form and the technique on this one because I never really learned it myself. I just watch other people listen to what they had to say, and that's what I'm doing. Even when you're strong, you gotta go light on these. These are the 25s and these feel heavy. These are the 20s and they feel heavy. So this is not something that you can use heavy weights with. And when I do see guys using heavy weights, they're cheating. They're cheating with all this momentum. I mean, you can throw weights up with hardly using your shoulders at all. That's not the point. The point is to use all shoulders Again, you can cheat at the end, it's fine, but not the whole set. Just grab lighter weights. Who cares what people are gonna say? I'm stopping there. I really wanted to do 2 more. All right, that's the end of the workout. So felt okay. It's not like dizziness, nothing weird going on. I feel fine, I just don't feel like I have the power, you know, the strength, whatever. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. I'm gonna go do some work in the shop. I'm doing some welding today, but if you guys are interested in shop work at all, construction type work, you can head to my other channel, Victory Outdoor Services. That's where I post all that kind of stuff. So I'll check back in a little later. And then tomorrow, incline press, we're gonna do a realistic strength test and see what really happened to my strength. All right, it's 1:33. My guys all left. We don't work long days in the wintertime. It's more of a laid back situation around here. I just tested myself with the keto strips, and I am finally like into pretty deep ketosis right now. So the level has changed dramatically since yesterday. That's interesting that it took more than 3.5 days to get deep into it, but that's what it took me. So lunchtime really wasn't a problem for me. I'm gonna go home now. I'm busy all night tonight. I'm really busy, so I'm not really even gonna have a chance to think about food, so that should probably be good. All right, it's 9:23. We had a Christmas program up at the church tonight. I've been really busy working on the video here that's coming out tomorrow. And all right, it's 9:23. Just got home a little while ago. And all right, it's 9:23. I got home just a little while ago. We had a Christmas program up at our church, and now I'm working on the video for tomorrow morning. And I'm putting that one out of order on purpose. It's a snow video, but tonight was actually pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. So at the Christmas program, after the concert, they had like a dinner. So my responsibility was to take pictures for this program, and I had to be where everybody was eating, and they were bringing out the food, and the smells, it got to me, and I got really hungry, and I still am not feeling great. Like, I really want to eat now. It's the first time, you know, in a couple days here where I've really struggled a little bit. Before, it just wasn't that big of a deal. But it's almost time to go to bed. So I got another, like, probably 45 minutes of working on this, and then I'm going to go to sleep, and then I'll forget about it when I fall asleep. And tomorrow morning, I'll meet up with you guys. We're going to do the strength test. I'm just wondering what's going to happen there. I don't think it's going to be good, put it that way, but we'll find out. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Adios. Good morning. So we are almost there. We are 12 hours from breaking this fast, a little over 12 hours, and I am looking forward to it. Last night, as I mentioned, was pretty rough. I am in a deep state of ketosis right now. I tested myself this morning, and it is at the highest level that the test swab goes up to. So I can feel it. You can smell it. You can taste it. You can smell your breath. That's the main thing that I noticed this morning. I woke up and my breath was kicking. So apparently, from what I've read, when your body burns fat, it produces the ketones, and then your body has to get rid of that stuff. And one of the ways it comes out is through your breath. That's what I read anyway. And it actually makes total sense because my breath is kicking. It stinks. So today, I'm gonna go get my workout. We're gonna do that test strength right now. And then I'm gonna go to a store that one of our friends recommended. It's a health store, and they sell, apparently, what she said is the best bone broth. So that's what I plan on breaking the fast with tonight at 9 o'clock sharp. I'm gonna get a haircut today, and I'm gonna trim my beard. Feeling like I've done a little bit of like a reset. It was a nice mental challenge. It wasn't like extremely difficult, but it wasn't easy, and it always feels good when you make a goal and then you actually accomplish the goal. And not eating for 5 days, it's not the easiest thing in the world, because mentally, just think about how often we eat, we talk about eating, we think about eating. Eating is such a social thing. We go out to lunch together, we go out to dinner with our family, with our wives. Food is constantly on our minds and in our lives. So mentally, it's a challenge for sure. And I'm just kind of happy that I was able to stick with it. So we're gonna go to the gym now. That's kind of the plan for today. And man, 9 o'clock could not come soon enough. Annie, come and say hi. Oh, not in the mood, huh? No? Come here, Annie. Come and say hi. Come and say hi. So Annie's crying right now because she thinks she wants to go outside, but it is really cold out and she hates the cold. She just doesn't know that yet. If I let her out, she'll swing a 180 immediately and want to come back in. Annie, we're just doing what's best for you. Don't be crazy, okay? You don't be so crazy. See? Look at how she wants to go out. You're not going out. It's cold out. Final weigh-in. My breath, it's almost unbearable. It's disgusting. I can taste it even when I'm breathing through my nose, my mouth. It doesn't go away. All right, let's see what we got. 272.4. 12 and a half pounds in 5 days. If you guys want to clean and organize for a while, that's fine. So I'm gonna get this workout in.
You told me you come at 8.
Yeah, I know, because the guy told me he was gonna text me for the salt.
Another salt?
Another salt, but he hasn't texted me yet, so. All right, that first time I weighed myself, I had some stuff in my pockets. Plus, I think the scale glitched out a little bit because I have a scale at home and it was reading a lot less, and the two scales are generally identical. And I just got back on the scale again. Well, I'm holding this big old camera. 71.8. So that lines up with what I had at home. That makes 13.2 pounds in 5 days. I'm estimating that's probably like between 2 and maybe 3 pounds of fat at the most. But again, that's not really why I did the fast. All right, we're gonna start warming up, jump rope. We're gonna do the exact same routine we did on Monday, except once we do our weight test with our first working set with 225, then I'm gonna drop down. The rest of the stuff I do is gonna be really, really light. So I had 9 reps the first set on Monday when my body was still full of everything. And now it's been 4.5 days with absolutely no food. Oh, Ryan's jumping rope again. That's boring. So a lot of people, they'll just watch, you know, clips online of guys working out and doing their lifts, and it looks flashy. You know, there's sometimes clips and there's a group of guys behind the bench press and they're screaming, yeah, doing enormous amounts of weight. And it looks so fun in the gym. And that's just not reality. I mean, those guys are making social media content and they're trying to make it interesting. This is the reality right here. You're more than likely gonna be alone. If you can find a lifting partner, well, that's awesome, but it's hard to find. And then to find somebody that's gonna be as consistent as you is even harder to find. So going to the gym is coming in and doing the same kind of stuff every day, most of the time alone, putting your head down, just doing the work and forcing yourself to work hard day in and day out and day in and day out. It's not necessarily fun or flashy, like I said. So you got to be careful that you don't get the wrong impression of what gym is all about. So I just wanted to make that clear. You know, it is very repetitious, and it's just one day at a time, getting up every morning, or at least, you know, 3 times a week or whatever you can get, and coming to the gym even though you don't feel like it, and, you know, putting in the work. That's what it's all about. Okay, got the warm up in. Big Ray's gonna come and help spot this. Here goes. 225, 9 reps on Monday when I was still eating. and we'll see what we can get now. I honestly have no idea because I just did my warm-ups with 135 and I did it then with 185 and they both felt normal, so we'll see.
I got it. No, don't touch him. I'm touching him. Oh my goodness.
Took 3 reps off. I just had a feeling that was going to happen.
You were struggling in the beginning, right?
Even when I brought it up here, I felt that it was shaky. And normally when I bring it up there, it's like, it's solid. Well, that answers the question. When you don't have food for 4.5 days, definitely going to lose some strength. And I felt really unstable even at the top, and I never feel that way. So that was interesting. I'm gonna go real light now, like 135 light. All right, I actually did 4 full sets of the incline, and I'm moving on to this chest press right here on the machine. I like this thing. I haven't shown this yet. It's also adjustable. The grips, you can move them in or out. So right now they're pretty good for me. You can adjust the backrest, so you can adjust it to where you're bringing it in as far as you can or as far as you want to before you start pushing. I'm gonna do 12, it's feeling light. It's feeling light. All right, 2 more sets of those, and then I'm gonna move on. I don't think I said this yet, but in between sets, I'll take 2 to 3 minutes or whatever, just take a nice little break. But what I like to do is I like to set up the equipment that I'm gonna be moving to next. So I'll put the weights on. That way when I'm done, I can get a nice drink, take a little rest, and then I'm not, working more to put the weights on. Everything's ready, so you move right into your next movement fresh. That sounds stupid, but it actually makes a difference. Especially if you're a really strong guy and you're like deadlifting, 6 plates per side, 5 plates, whatever, moving all that weight around right before you deadlift, it takes a lot out of you. I was doing my second set over there, and I need to clarify something that I just said. So what I just said, don't do that in a commercial gym. This is my own private gym. I'm just telling you what I do. If you're in a commercial gym that has other people in it, don't do that. You don't want to be on one piece of equipment and then, get set up on another piece of equipment. Somebody comes over, they want to use it. There's a bunch of weights on it, and that's not right. So if there's nobody there, you can do that. But if it's a crowded gym, definitely don't do that, or you're gonna tick a lot of people off. All right, just finished the last set of those, and I'm gonna move on to the functional trainer and do some cable crossovers, but I'm gonna bring them up from the bottom. Last time I did them from the top. Try to switch it up. Cable crossovers, bringing them up from the bottom. Out of the three different angles that I typically do, from the top when I come down, or the center, the bottom is what makes my chest the sorest. And I'm not sure why that is, but I always feel it after I do this, and this is what pumps my chest the best as well. From here, I'm gonna bring them up, keep the arms relatively straight, and then I'll cross them over just like I did when I was bringing them down. So, 2 that way, and then I'll switch which way my hands are crossing for the next 2, and just keep doing that. And when you bring it up here, you're flexing your chest as hard as you can. I'll pause it once in a while and really just go crazy on the flex. All right, 2 more sets of those. I just finished up I actually did 4 sets over there because those were feeling pretty good. but I didn't go heavy. In the last couple sets, I brought the arms together a little bit. The first set, they were out a little too far, so I brought them in, so I was pulling kind of from more under instead of the side and then up. I don't have any kind of pump at all. Maybe like on a scale of 1 to 10, 0.25. Practically nothing. I'm hoping that when I start to eat again and my muscles fill back up, my system's running back how it used to, I'm really hoping that I'm gonna get some really good pumps and feel really good. My strength is gonna come right back. That's what I think is gonna happen, but only time will tell. I've never done this before. And I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna continue to do this, like on a regular basis. What's up?
Are you using my dad?
I don't think so.
No. Should I turn off my truck? I'm gonna turn off the truck then.
Yeah, turn the truck off. He didn't call.
Okay.
All right, Big Ray, we were waiting on a phone call, a text message. He was supposed to haul salt again today, but I don't know. The contact there, I just, I really need to know what's going on. I can't have a guy come in and expect a haul and, there's no loads or it's not what we expected or whatever. So I don't know if we're gonna continue to do that. Guys are out there pressure washing in the cold. It's not that cold today. It's probably like 20 degrees. Some of you are like, from Florida are like, that's crazy, we would die, but it's not that cold for Wisconsin. It is early in the winter for that cold, but that's normal for winter around here. One thing that I did not like about this fast, I did not like going light. I hate going light. It feels like I didn't really accomplish much or maybe anything. That's how it feels to me. I'm just so used to going to failure on every set, or practically every set, on the bigger movements anyway, that it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. But that's what you're supposed to do. It makes sense that you don't want to break down your muscle when your body's trying to find and search for fuel to use. I'm gonna have a meeting with Taylor. We're working on a rental business that I'm starting up. So we just have to kind of dial in a few things with the company we're working with, and we're going to be more than ready to launch in the spring. Website will be live, and we're going to move forward with that. And I'm hoping that's at least semi-successful. If it's not really going to hurt me because it's not really my main business at this point. But long term, one option for me is if the rental business starts doing at least okay and I see more potential in the rental business, that I might take that more seriously, put more time and effort into that, and start scaling the concrete business back in the next, several years or whatever. I'm not gonna retire from concrete anytime soon. So I already mentioned today I'm gonna get a haircut later, and then tonight I'm gonna trim my beard. I'm not gonna shave my beard, never ever, but I'm gonna trim my beard. And then when you get a haircut, you always feel really fresh. I'm gonna take a hot shower, and then I'm gonna enjoy that first meal. It's just bone broth, but I'm telling you, bone broth sounds like a filet mignon to me right now. So I'm really looking forward to a little bowl of broth. What you guys eating in here? Is that yours?
No.
It's Grace's? Okay. It looks really good though. I mean, it just looks like cheesy.
It's cold. It's gross.
If it's cold, that's crazy because it's still got like grease and oil and butter on the top. All right, my wife's making something. What's in there? A little muffin? That smells so good. So I'm headed out. I'm going to get my hair cut now. I just got in touch with my in-laws. So I'm gonna stop over at the health food store and pick up my bone broth. All right, I made it to this health food store. I don't feel comfortable in these. These aren't really my kind of people, if you know what I'm saying. But it's called Good Harvest Market. This is where I was told to come to get the best bone broth in the world. All right, I got the bone broth, and I got two different kinds. The lady gave me help in there, and she said this stuff is the best. So it says it's epic bone broth, and it is, well, it's made from free-range chickens, of course. Heat and sip, 60 calories for the entire jar, 13 grams of protein, less than a gram of sugar. So, and then I got a second kind. This is made from grass-fed cattle, of course, and it's jalapeno beef. 2 grams total sugar per serving. So it's not really that exciting, to be honest. It's just like that. All right, made it over to my father-in-law's house. His barbershop is closed on Fridays, but that's a benefit of being a son-in-law, is I can go to their house. He's got a chair in the basement, and I can get a haircut anytime. I have not paid for a haircut since like 1999. It's really awesome. All right, my father-in-law, 83 years old, still cutting hair like a champ. So thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the commercial.
The tree lighting ceremonies tonight. Yep. Okay, see you later.
I'll be there tomorrow too. I got 3 more. Okay, thank you.
All right. I have really good in-laws, which is a huge blessing, obviously. All right, I just got home. I'm going to show you guys what I bought besides the broth. What are you guys doing?
Good. Watching your video?
I don't know. Watching my videos.
Busy for me. It just reminds me of downtown Milwaukee.
Oh,
There's
the
people
main
everywhere.
video.
There's tour buses
Okay,
everywhere.
you like that one, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Line for the bathroom for like 20 minutes.
So I'll show you what I got over here. I went to the store and I picked up DJI Mic 3. So yesterday I was reading about them, and you know, I'm normally wearing a camera on my head, and then the camera that's on a tripod, it'll typically be a time lapse, or Mike, my cameraman on the other channel, he'll have it, so he'll have it close so he can hear everything. But in the gym, first of all, there's an echo. So let me turn that. Let me get into some light. Let me turn this on. Whoa. Oh. 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 So in the gym, there's an echo, and then when I turn my back or whatever I'm doing, it's not the greatest, and I really need a mic in there. So so I bought one. Hopefully that'll sound a lot better, not having to listen to that terrible echo in the gym. And I bought the Mic 3. They have a Mic 2, but the Mic 3 is upgraded, and it also can support multiple microphones. So if we ever have like a guest, or who knows, if we ever do a podcast in the future, then we can all have a mic. So it should work pretty good. This thing is terrible, I'll tell you. Is that the lowest setting? Oh, that is the lowest setting. That's crazy. Why is that so bright? Guys, are you fighting?
So tonight I'm
No fighting in here.
Like I said,
We went.
All right, so I got the DJI mic hooked up. It had a little battery right in the box. Had a little charge on the battery, I should say. So I'm gonna try to walk away from this thing. I'm just testing it right now. Should I put the light on? Oh. Oh. All right, I'm gonna walk away and see. Put this thing out, clamp this thing on something or another. Turn my back. I have it clipped on my hat. I see a lot of guys doing that, and I always wear hats, so that's perfect for me. All right, turn my back just like I would in the gym, and all the way on the other side of the living room. Hi, Daniel.
Hi.
See if I can hear you though. Like talk.
What?
Talk.
Hello. What is it doing?
Well, this right here, this piece, this connects to this piece wirelessly. This piece right here. Let me turn the light off so you can see. See this piece?
Yes.
That plugs right into the GoPro. This piece here. So these two things connect. These work together. This is a receiver. It receives the signal from the microphone, and then it plugs right into the GoPro, and the GoPro works with this piece here through the plug. All right, you guys, we made it the full 5 days of the fast, and I'm ready to eat. I'd like to tell you that I was feeling great, but I'm not feeling that great right now. I actually have a little bit of a stomach ache that's been nagging for like the last couple hours, and I have a bit of a headache too. I was feeling really good up until literally 2 hours ago, but I am gonna make this stuff. I got my broth here, my bone broth. I'm gonna warm that up, and I'm also gonna have a couple eggs with it, and then I'm gonna see how I feel. All right, there we go, the bone broth. Oh yeah, just spill some. Starving to death and I spill some of it. I gotta be honest, that does not look very exciting. The eggs look pretty good though. All right, I just sat down to eat, and literally Annie must have smelled the bone broth. She ran down here. She's going crazy. Annie, you can't eat soup? Are you kidding me? I've never seen her run down there like that. All right, here we go. Here we go. Bone broth. I would not eat this stuff unless I was coming out of a fast and it was recommended. That is really boring. It tastes like salty water. All right, that's it. So that was interesting. Survived the longest fast of my life. The longest I've gone before this one was 3 days. So that was 2 full days longer than ever. And I would say the most challenging part wasn't the physical part. I was feeling, you know, pretty decent, but it was the mental part, because I mentioned that earlier, because food is such a big part of our life, and all of a sudden it's gone out of your life for 5 days. But other than that, it was not as bad as I thought it would be. So my intentions now, because I even watch more videos tonight about fasting, and I think I really need to make it a regular part of my life. So my intention now is, I'm probably not going to do another 5-day fast anytime soon, but I was thinking to do like a 3-day fast every month throughout the winter. So probably the beginning of every month. Annie, why are you being crazy? I think that smell's driving her nuts. So beginning of every month, I think I'm going to do a 3-day fast. I think it's going to be really good. And then just take it really easy, you know, eating, continue the diet, just a real slight caloric deficit, and then just continue through the winter. I took a good look at myself tonight in the mirror, and I still have a long way to go. That thinned me out, the fast did, and I've come a long way from where I started, but I have a long way to go. So I'm nowhere near where I want to be or where I want to end up. That's kind of the consequences of eating bad food and too much food for many years. And now I have to fight to get to where I want to be. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. We'll be back in the gym. The next video, we're going to be hitting some legs. It's going to be tomorrow morning. I'm obviously not going to be nourished yet, so we're going to be going pretty light. All right, Annie. Oh, Annie's licking herself, so she's not going to say goodbye. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.